Alright, now in this video, we're going to talk about the negative indexing, negative slicing and indexing more in detail. I thought of making it as a separate video because if I cover it in the earlier video, it might create ambiguity for the beginners. So that's why I just thought of explaining the step by step. Okay, so in this video, right, as I said, right, we're going to talk more about the negative indexing. Okay, negative slicing as well. So earlier we right, the quick recap. If the variable is like this, the memory will be allocated something like this in the Python, right? And if you want to slice the string, right, we're gonna use this formula start and end the step. And the start, if you don't give it by default, it will assume to 0. If you don't give the end, it will by default it will assume. If you don't give the end, if you don't specify, by default it will assume the entire sequence, right? And if you don't give the step, by default it will assume 1. Okay, and always understand that, always remember that the end always consider the index previous to the index that we are given here. Let's say if I give 5, it will only consider till 4. But that is not the case with the start and the step. What are the number we are given, that will be taken as it is, but only with the end, this is the case. If we give the number till that number minus 1, it will consider, or the previous index, the index that we are given here, till the previous index it will consider. That is how the design was done in the Python. Okay, so for example, right, the quick recap. For example, if I give like this 3 5 1, this starts with 3 we are telling, and stop with 5 in the sense 4, right? So start from 3 and end with 4. And what is the index step we have given? 1, which means it will start from 3, and what is the index? 3 plus 1, the step is 1, right? So that's why we have to add 1 to the 3 plus 1 4. So this will print, what it will print? HO it will print, right? So these are number of examples we have seen in the earlier video. Now we're going to talk in detail about the negative indexing, negative slicing. So negative slicing is also same as the positive slicing, but here, right, bit seems to be very tricky, but let's sort that out as well, right? For example, right, the same string can be indexed with the negative indexing as well. That also has seen in the previous video, which means the last most character will be indexed with -1, the but one character will be indexed with the -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, right? So on, whatever the length of sequence that is available, it will go to till there. Okay, for example, right, if I print s of -1, okay, what it will print? It will print end. If I print s of 5, it will print n, because the last characters are like this. Okay, what if I print -5, okay, is to -1? Okay, this is the start index and this is the end index. Okay, end index what we are given? -1. Okay, what is the start index? Y. Okay, y. This is the start index, right? This is the start index -5 we are given. End index we are given -1. But what is the previous index to the -1? -2 is the previous index, right? So that's why, right? That's why it will print this sequence starting from here. So what is that sequence? Y, T, H, O. It will print. Right? The same concept. Why it will not print n? Because the end index we are given -1 here. What is the previous index to the -1? Is the -2, or -1 minus -1, how much? -2. So that's why it will print till here. Okay. So always remember that here also, whenever you're giving the negative indexing as well, whenever you don't give anything here, by default the step also will be assumed like a 1. Okay, by default the step will be assumed like a 1. So that's why the step is 1, like this it will print. What if I give the same string, right? The same string if I give, the same slicing, if I give like this 2 I have given step now. Okay, the step is given with 2. So it starts from here, right? Negative indexing start from here, just because you have given the 2, right? So what is the -5 plus 2? -3, right? -3 plus 2, how much? -1, but it will not go to the -1. Why? Because till -2 it will consider. Why? The end index we are limited with the -1. -1 in the sense it will end with here. So that's why, even though it will, as per the slicing logic, as per the step logic, it will go to here, but the limit we have done from here. So that's why what it will print, Y it will print, and H it will print. So the output is Y and H, and it will not print. Why? Because we have given the -1 here. That's why it will not print. Okay. So the same it will, but there are some difference. Okay. I'll show you. I'll tell you. Okay. Before that, let's see one more example. Okay. What if I give like this -3, let's say. So by default, right, if you are not given anything here, by default, just because we have given the -3, right, it will think of like -6 here. Okay, what is the length of the first most, right? The first mode negative index is -6. So that will, by default, it will assume like this, and -3, right? So what it will print? P y, t, that's all. Minus 3, right? What is the previous index to the minus 3? Minus 4, right? Till minus 4 only it will print. That's why it is p, y, t. What if I give, minus 4? The same, right? The same. What I mean, the same, but with what is the it will print py. Why? What is the previous index to the minus 4? Minus 5. So that's why it will print minus 4. Okay. What if I give like this? I'll give the start index now, something like this, right? Something like this, but I'll not give the end index. So if I give like this, it is starting from the minus 3, right? It is starting from the minus 3 and minus 2 and minus 1. It will take the entire sequence till minus 1. It will take by default value is minus 1 for this. Okay, if I give the negative index, or you can think of like simply it will consider the entire sequence. Here, if you don't give it, it will by default it will take the starting of the sequence. Here, if you don't give it, by default in both in indexing positive and negative, it will take the entire sequence. From minus 3 it will start, right? This is the starting. Minus 3 how much? H. It will print. O it will print. N it will print. Okay. So this is with respect to the step. I mean step in the sense positive step. Positive step in the sense by default we have not given anything. That's why it is given. It is taken 1. Okay. So this is same as P. I mean this is same as P minus 3. Entire sequence we need to consider, right? Entire sequence. So how we can write? Okay, we can for now let me write it like this. Okay, this is same as this. We are asking it to take the entire sequence. This is same as this one, right? H, Y, and it will print. What we are telling, start from the minus 3, and we have not given any end index here. That means you have to take entire sequence, and 1 in the sense the step what we have given, 1 we have given, which means it will add 1 to the starting index that we have given here. Okay, this is one thing, and let me take here. For now, I'll just draw the negative indexing only. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let me take the negative indexing. Okay, so this is one thing. Okay, so S of start and end. If you don't give the step, by default it will take the 1. Okay, so there is one more interesting property with the negative indexing as well. I want to show you now. Okay, for example, what if I give like this? Okay. Okay, can you guess what happened? Step we have given minus 1. Remember that. And here we have not given anything. That means it will think like we have to start from the start of the index, and we have not given anything here, which means you have to take the entire sequence, and minus 1 we have given here, not the 1. Okay, if I give the plus 1, let's see what happens if we give the plus 1. Plus 1 if we give like this, what happens? It will print the entire sequence, right? Why? Because we have not given anything here. I mean, this is a void. It's not 0. It's a void. We have not given anything in the sense. Okay, let me write it here to avoid the confusion only. Okay. If we give like this, right? If we give like this, we are not given here anything. This is a dash and this is I mean, this is a no value, which means we need to start. It need to start from the starting of the sequence, and you have to take the entire sequence. Here also we are not given anything, but we are given the step here. So which means it will print this one, entire sequence. It will print. By default, it will consider 1, right? Even though we have given the 1, that is also not a problem. But we will given it will print the entire sequence. But if we give the step minus, okay, if we give the step with, this is very important thing, with negative values, the direction will be reversed. I'll show you what it means. The direction will be reversed. The direction sequence will be reversed, which it means that minus 1 we have given in the sense, right? If we give like this, right, starting and index, and minus 1 we have given in the sense, the direction of the consideration of the sequence will be reversed, which whatever the examples we have seen so far, we have considered in this direction, right? This direction. Why? Because the step, you can check the previous examples. Whatever the example we have discussed here, always the step is in a positive number. That's why the direction is in this way. Okay, just because you have given the negative step here, the direction will be reversed. this way. So now what it will print, the direction will be reversed, because reversed, right? So the start of the index is this one now, and the end of the index is this one now. It is no more starting from here, it will start from here. Okay, this is the starting of the index, and next index is this one, and next index is this one, right? So why? Because we have given the -1. That's why it will print in this way, NOHTYP. This is simply string reverse logic, right? This is a string reverse logic. Okay, if S is equal to like this, if you give like this, that is just that is nothing but reversing a string. Okay, this is the reversing a string. So we can also check there is a palindrome. If you are aware of the palindrome is the string which will be the same even though if you reverse it. For example, mom. Okay, mom and madam. These are some palindromes. Madam, in coding, I mean, in a small, if you, people might check you how strong in your strings and slicing. They might ask you to check the string if the palindrome or not using the slicing only. So, I mean, palindrome is basically if you read the word in this way or in this way, no matter what direction you read it, the meaning will be, I mean, the spelling will be same. For example, mom here also in this way also mom. If you read from this direction is also mom. Same with the madam. If you reverse the string and without reversing also the same string will come, right? So to check that we can use this particular slicing logic. Okay, and let me also give few more examples on this. Let me erase it because I don't want to draw it again and again. Let me erase this. Yeah, I think this will be enough. For example, the same logic, right? Let's try to see few more examples. Okay, -3 or -2, the starting index is -2, which means I want to start from here, and end is -6, right? And indexing I am given -1. Okay, which we are telling Python to check not from this direction, just check from this direction. Why? The step is -1. The step is -1, which means the step is negative. That step is negative, more precise. So that means it will check from this direction. Okay. So what is it? The starting point is -2, right? -2, it will consider O, it will print. And what is the step we have given? -1. -2, -1, how much? -3, right? -3 it will print. What is the letter that is there at the -3 index? H it will print. And -3 and -4, and the next one is -4, right? So T it will print. And -5 it will print. What is the letter at -5? Y. Again, we have given a -6, right? It will not consider -6. It will only consider till the index previous to the end index we have given. So this is the end index, right? It will not go till -6. What is the previous index to the -6 is -5, right? So that's why it will print this one. Okay, one more example. S of okay, -1 is to colon -1 colon -6 colon -7, let's say zoom -7, which means it will go beyond. That's okay, it will not give any error in this case also. -7, and the step is -2. Okay, so this is the negative number, and we are telling Python to check from this direction, and it will start from n, not from n, from n, because it is from -1, right? N it will start, and the step is -2 we have given, so that's why it will jump here. Why? Because -1 and -2 how much? -3, and -3 -2 how much? -5, -5 -5 -2 how much? 7, -7. But is there anything in -7? Nothing, right? So it will not print anything. It will not give you any error, just because if it go to -7, that is also fine. Okay, it will not give, I mean, it will not, as there is nothing here, it will not print anything. Okay, so right, the thing is that from where n it will print, and h it will print, and y it will print, and -2 we have given, but -2 in the sense, what is the previous index to the -7? -6, right? So -6, but after -6 there is no -2 will happen, so that's why it will print here. It will not go to -7, my bad, because it will all consider till -6, right? Till -6 nothing is there, so that's why it will print NHY. Okay, this is how the negative indexing will work when we have the negative step. Okay, so we'll quickly see the examples right now, so it will give you more idea for you. Right, so see, negative slicing, right? Negative, positive slicing we have seen, And always, right, always practice is very important, as I keep on saying for every video. So once you are done with these two videos, I recommend you to take this file and remove all the outputs that are there in this particular file. And how you can remove, you can go to the cell and click here, and there is all outputs, right? You can click here and there is a clear option. So what it will do, it will clear the output for all the cells, and you can try to you can try to understand, right, what is the output for the given string. You can also play with a different string. Here the text I have given as a Python, where here you can give it some other string which will have the special characters or anything, right? But whenever you are giving, right, let me write it here also. Whenever you are giving that kind of string, always make this kind of table. Okay, this kind of table in your book or in your wherever, in your notes or somewhere, and it will be very useful for you to solve this or understand this more better. Down positive indexing and above minus negative indexing. Okay, so this will be helpful for you to understand very clearly. Okay, this is -4. Okay, so let's see the examples for this as well. Right, where is the negative indexing? Yep. So everything is documented here. Whatever we have discussed, everything is there in this part of this particular notebook, right? Negative indexing. So for example, -4 we are starting and we are stopping with the -1. So what is the -4? -4 is t, and we are stopping at the -4. -1. What is the previous index to the -1? Is 2. -2, and we have not given any step here. If we not given the step here, in the sense by default it will assume 1. Okay, that's why the direction will be like this. Direction will be left to the right side. Okay, let me draw. Here the direction will be like this. Okay, why? The step is we are not given here. The positive step it will take, the direction will be like this. If we give the negative step, the direction will be backwards. Okay, so let me run this. So what is the output from 4? T, right? T and H and O. It will not print N because it will stop to the previous index that is given as the end index, right? So T, H, O, right? And here it will start from the -6, right? -6 in the sense here, and the step is also we are not given, which if we not given in the sense, it will take the 1 as a default, and 1 is a positive number. That's why the direction is still like this. Okay, so start from -6, and what is it needs to stop at -3. -3 in the sense, what is the previous index to the -3? -4. That's why the output is PEYT. Let's check that out. PEYT, right? And yeah, here we have given the start index, but we are not given the end index, which means it will consider the entire sequence. We are also not given the step. Step also we are not given, right? By default, the step also it will consider as a 1. So that's why the direction will be like this. So from where? -3 it will start, and the entire sequence, right? Entire sequence. So HON it will print HON from -3 to entire sequence. Similarly, we are not given the start here. We have given the only end index. So if we not given the start, which means it will consider the starting of the sequence, which is -6 or 0, anything, right? And -3. What is the previous index to the -3? -4. Okay, so that's why the -4 will print. And the same example, right? If I give like this, can you guess what it will happen? If the same example, if I give like this, interesting, right? If I give like this, what it will print? Any idea? So just because we have not given any starting point here, what it will assume? What it will assume in the sense, we have not given the starting. Before that, we have given the negative index, negative step. Negative step we have given. So that's why the direction will be changed from this direction from right to left, this direction. So what is there at the very start? -1, right? -1 and -3 till -3. What is the previous index to the -3 when we consider the direction in this way? When we consider the direction in this way, right? What is the previous index to the -3? -2, correct? So the output will be NO, right? NO. Let's see that NO, right? No, NO, right? So similarly, this also you can check quickly. -3, how much? -3. This is the -3, right? And we have given the positive index here, right? Positive index is, positive step here we are given, which means it will consider the direction in this way. So -3 to -3, starting is -3, and we have not given the end, which means it will take the entire sequence, and 1 we have to give the step. That's why the direction will be like this. HON it will print. HON. HY, and it will print. Okay, we can see more examples. Let me take this more examples. Okay, this one. Okay, we need to, let's say I want to start from -3 and I want to end -6, okay, -10 also I can give, it's up to me. And what I can say, okay, -3 I can give. Okay, so the step is minus, right? The step is negative. That's why the direction will be, now the direction will be like this, right? Like this, in the sense right to the left. So what is the -3? It will start from -3. -3, what is -3? H it will print, and T it will print, Y it will print, and P also it will print. What we are given as end index is -10. What is the previous index to the -10? It's -11, right? No, no, previous index to the -10 in this direction is -9. But -9 is not part of this particular sequence. But still, there are indices less than -9. So till -6 it will print. So that's why the output is, it will start from HTYP. HTYP it will print. You can check. Oh, HPY. -3. Where is -3? -3 is here, and -10. Oh, my bad. This is -3 we have given. Na? The step is -3, not -1, which means it starts from -3 here, and -3 the step is -3, which means it will jump here. Okay, H and -3. H -3 -6. That's why it's P. I forgot. Even though I have given -3, I thought of calculating with -1. So just because we given the -3, so the step will be from here to, it will jump here. So that's why it's HP. Okay, and yeah, this is also right. This is, we already seen this kind of example. It will start from -2 and then from -6. Okay, -6, -2 and -6, and we have to give in -1. If we give like this, right, let's see, right, this is the how it will print. Okay, you can also practice by drawing like this. Okay, and we are also, let's see the reversing and negative slicing. Most of the things that we have already covered, but let me run this again. When we give the -1, if we don't mention the start and end, it will simply reverse the string. We also discussed like how it is getting reversed, right? Just because we have given the -1 here as a step, the starting sequence will be starting considered from the here, right? And we are asking it to consider entire sequence in a reverse direction. Why reverse direction? -1 we have given here. That's why the reverse of string is like this. Okay, so I can quickly show you here if you want it, right? The palindrome program, right? Palindrome program. For example, T is equal to, if I give like this, madam, right? T equal to, okay, T, we have already seen this assignment operators, right? T equal to, if I print this one, na, if I print this, T equal to T of, this is the reverse of string. Okay, this is a reverse of string and this is not reverse string. We are checking whether the reversed string is also equal to the previous string. If these two are equal, it will give the true, and we can say that that's a palindrome. Okay, it's giving true. For example, if I give mom, that is also a palindrome. Right, this is a palindrome. If it gives the true, it's a palindrome. It's the string reverse logic. If I don't give, if it's not a palindrome, it will give false. For example, Python. Python is not a palindrome. If you reverse it, it's not a Python. It's an OP something, right? It's a false. Okay, I mean, there are n number of programs. We can write it. We will see. I'll show you. Okay, but just now try to understand the basics. Okay, and here we are given the -1, right? And here if we give the -2, what happens is the step is -2 in the sense n it will print, and the next alternate character -3 it will print. What is the letter that is there at the -3? And -3 -2 how much? -5, 5, right? Y it will print, and -5 -2 how much? -7. There is nothing in -7 side, so that's why it will not print anything. So it will start from N H Y. It will print. You can check. NHY, right? Similarly, right? This is also a palindrome because we are asking it to start from -1. Okay, the same. These two are same only. If you see, right? Try to map this. Okay, try to understand. Okay, so similarly, right, we also see in these edge cases in the earlier video. I don't want to discuss this again, right? And then for you, right, once you download this notebook, once you are done with these two videos, right, I strongly recommend you to solve these problems along with the above practice examples. Okay, make a notebook, and in the notebook just write the indices like this and try to grasp the things. Okay, what are the problems that we are asked, right? For example, right, we have given the string Python and we are asking it to first and last characters. Okay, print the first and last character. How you can print it? You can use the indexing or slicing, up to you. Whatever the knowledge that you have gained from the couple of videos, right? Last couple of videos you can do, and you can try to solve the problem. Then only you will involve and you will learn a lot. Okay. Thank you very much. Yeah, we'll see you in the next video. Bye.